Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, we are going to develop a use case like how to host a secured website using different services like EC2, application load balancer, Route 53 and AWS certificate manager. Now let us first understand what are these different services are and how it helps us in this case. Amazon Route 53 is a highly available and scalable cloud domain name system web service. It is designed to help us to architect an extremely reliable and cost-effective way to route end users to internet applications, in this case a hosted website. By translating the names like www.example.com into the numeric IP addresses like 192.2.2.34 that the computers use to connect to each other. Now coming to application load balancer, as the name indicates, it distributes your incoming traffic across multiple targets such as EC2 instances. Now in this video, our aim is to create a secure website. Now to achieve this, we need SSL or the TLS certificates. SSL and its successor TLS are the industry standard protocols for encrypting network communications over the internet. SSL or TLS provides encryption for sensitive data in transit and authentication using the SSL or TLS certificates. Now AWS Certificate Manager provides an easy way to provision and manage these certificates. So you can configure a website or the application to use the SSL or TLS protocol. In layman terms, if you go over here if I click, you can see the connection is secured. It's stating over here, this is nothing but this website is encrypted with the SSL certificates. Now we are going to use a public SSL for our demonstration purposes. There are different certificate authority which provides the free SSL certificate like Let's Encrypt. AWS Certificate Manager actually gives us an opportunity to provision the SSL or TLS certificates which are free. We only pay for the AWS resources that we use to create or run our applications. Don't worry about these things a lot because I'm going to show you the step-by-step configuration, and if you follow along with me, I'm pretty much sure that by the end of this video you'll be able to build this entire architecture which I'm showing over here right at this moment. So please do watch till the end of this video, and if you like this video, please like and subscribe so that it motivates me to come up with more videos and use cases like this. So the first thing that what we'll be doing over here is launching an EC2 instance from the AWS Management Console, and then we'll host a static website on EC2. We'll show you at the end like once we are done with the launching of a EC2 instances and hosting the static website, that the static website that we have hosted on EC2 is unsecured, and we'll be able to access this website by the IP addresses. Next, what we will do, we'll make the website HTTPS enable. First, by provisioning the public SSL from AWS Certificate Manager, then we'll point the domain that I have already purchased from GoDaddy to Route 53 so that we can access the website via the domain name. This time we'll not access with the IP addresses. Now if you don't have any domain, please buy one. The one I bought from GoDaddy is a very cheap one, about 600 Indian rupees. In Route 53, what we will do, we'll create a hosted zone that has the same name as my domain. And we'll create a records in the hosted zone. Now each record indicates how we want to route the traffic for a specified domain name. For example, when someone enters our domain name in the web browser, do we want our traffic to be routed to the web server in our data center, or to an Amazon EC2 instance, or to a CloudForm distribution, or maybe to some other locations? Here in this scenario, we'll be routing it to the EC2 instance. Then we'll be creating a load balancer, application load balancer, and associated the SSL certificate that we would be provisioning from AWS Certificate Manager. And at the end of this video, we'll show you how to redirect an HTTP request to HTTPS. So without wasting much time, let us go to the AWS Management Console. So I'm here in the AWS Management Console. So before moving further, what the suggestion that I have, if you guys don't have any account yet with the Amazon, go ahead and create it. It's very self-explanatory, and it will not take much time to get your account created. So once you create your account, come back and follow along with me for the exercise. Okay, so we're going to launch an EC2 instance through the AWS console, and then would be SSH into the EC2 instance and install a web server. After that, we're going to host a static web page onto the EC2 instance, that is to deploy a static HTML file to the web. So I'm already in the EC2 instance dashboard. So click on instances, click on launch instances, and we have to choose the AMI. So in this step, we are going to choose the operating system for our virtual machines. We'll choose a free tier eligible one, that is Amazon Linux 2 AMI. Click on select. So in this step, we'll choose how powerful our virtual machines will be, like the number of CPUs, amount of memory, type of hard disk, and the network speed. So we are going to choose the free tier eligible T2.micro. Then click on next, configure instance details. Here in this step, we will accept all the default options. We click on next, add storage. In this step, we are going to choose the hard drives for our virtual machines. By default, a hard drive is already attached. It is known as the root drive because it is capable of starting the operating system. Now we'll accept all the default options and move to the next step. Click on next, add tags. We'll click to add a name tag. We'll give a name, web server. Then click next, configure security group. In this step, what we'll do, we'll choose the type of the traffic our virtual machines will allow from outside. So by default, the SSH traffic is already allowed. We'll create two more, one for HTTP traffic and another for HTTPS traffic. Then we'll click on review and launch. Then we'll just ignore these warnings. We'll go ahead and click on launch. Once we click on launch, a pop-up window will ask us to select or create a key pair. Now the key pair is needed to securely SSH into our new EC2 instances. So go ahead and select create new key pair. Let us keep the key pair name. Let it be first key pair and click on download key pair and then click on launch instances. So while the instances is getting launched, we can go and click view instance. It will take a little bit of time. So once the instance is getting in a running state, let us do one thing. Let us go to the downloads and let us cut this key pair that we have downloaded and put it into this folder. Okay, now to SSH into the EC2 instance from Windows, we need to download an SSH client PuTTY, and another is the PuTTY key generator. So what we'll do, let me open PuTTY and PuTTY key generator. I've already downloaded it, so let me PuTTY generator, open this one, and then let me go ahead and open PuTTY. So now let us go to the generator, load the key pair that we have downloaded. That's the first key pair.pem file. So here all files, first key pair.pem, open it. So over here, to use this key with PuTTY, you need to use the save private key command to save it in PuTTY's own format. So the PuTTY doesn't accept this .pem format, it accepts only .ppk format. So that is why we are doing this step. So click on save private key, click on yes, save it into the same locations, go to all files with the same name, first key pair.ppk, go ahead and save it. Then you can close this PuTTY key generator. Now let us go back to our instance. Okay, now our instance is in running state, so select this instance and go and copy the public DNS. Okay, so this is the public DNS. I will copy it. Now we'll come to PuTTY, paste this, go to SSH, click on auth, and then browse the private key file for the authentication purpose. So we'll open this and then so here once you accept, by default the username for the Linux instance is EC2 user. So now we are into our EC2 instance that we have created just a few minutes back. Now once we are into our EC2 instance, first we need to elevate our privileges. So we'll type a command sudo su, type a command sudo su, and then we'll update all the packages and then we'll update all the packages on the instance. So for that yum minus y minus y. Okay, okay, it will take a little bit of time. It will for all take a little bit of time for all the updates to be done. Okay, now we'll go ahead and install an Apache web server. For that we'll type yum install httpd-y. So the Apache web server is installed. Now we need to start service httpd start. Then we'll configure the web server to restart if it gets stopped. So for that we'll type config httpd on. So we are done with installing the Apache web server and starting the web server. Now we need to add a static HTML file. So by default the index.html file is found in this location. So let me type cd slash var slash www slash html. Now in this section what we'll do, we'll create a index.html file. So we'll manually create this index.html file. So what we'll do, we'll type nano index.html and then we'll write just very simple HTML code. So just HTML, then body, then h1, then we'll write welcome to cloud venture, then we'll close h1, we'll close body, we'll close HTML, then we'll exit. Yes. Okay, let us see whatever we have written is saved properly or not. Yeah, it is saved properly. So now the public DNS that we have copied before, if you go and type this public DNS name into the browser, yeah, now the website that we have hosted, we are able to view that website. But here you can see the site is telling us not secure. Your connection to this site is not secure. So we have hosted the website, but so far we have not secured that website. Okay, so we have created a EC2 instance and hosted a static website onto the EC2. We saw that we are able to access the website using the public DNS, but as a user it is a very cumbersome to remember this address, right? So the next step that what we are going to do is that we'll create a hosted zone in Route 53, which is same as the domain that I have purchased. So let me go to here, type Route 53, click it. Okay, so here you'll get the option DNS management. Click on get started now, then click on create hosted zone, then click on create hosted zone again. So venture in cloud.in is the domain that I have purchased. I can show you here. So ventureincloud.in is the domain that I have purchased from GoDaddy. So I've given this and then click on create. So once the hosted zone is created, you can see the name servers over here in Route 53. So now these name servers play an essential role in directing the traffic on the internet by helping to connect our domain name with the IP address of our web server. So it is called like the phone book of the internet. So when a user enters a URL in the browser, like say https colon venture in cloud.in. So when the user enters a URL in the browser, there needs to be some way to connect this URL with the underlying web server that powers our website at this particular domain name. Now think how difficult it would be if we have to enter the actual IP address of a web server every time we wanted to visit a website. So it's very hard to remember whether it's 159.89.229.118 or it is 159.89.229.119. So it would be a mess. So name servers play an important role in connecting this URL with the server IP address in a much more friendly way. The domain registration is a process by which a register such as GoDaddy negotiates with the ICANN to register a domain name on our behalf. Now, DNS services are offered by GoDaddy, but it's not necessary that we have to use them. If you want more flexibility, more scalability, we can use another DNS service like Amazon AWS Route 53, the one that we are using it. So since we are using the DNS service AWS Route 53, so what we are going to do is that we'll change the name servers, that we are seeing over here. We'll copy all these name servers, and what we'll do, we'll go ahead and change the name server in GoDaddy. So over here, if you see here in GoDaddy, there are different name servers that are mentioned over here. So we'll go ahead and click on change. It's taking a little bit of time, not sure why. Okay, now we got it. So what we'll do, we'll go to Route 53, copy one by one. Make sure that the last dot should not copy the last dot. We'll go here. Okay, let me copy once more. See, go here. Okay, then copy the next one. Go to the next one, then copy the third one, go to DNS and then the last one. Okay, and then we'll click on save. Click on yes, continue. It takes a little bit of time to get it updated. So once it gets updated, come here. Yeah, you see now it got updated with this information. So now the next step what we are going to do is that we're going to provision the public SSL from AWS Certificate Manager. So search over here, Certificate Manager. Click on Certificate Manager. Okay. Now select the provision certificates section. Click on Get Started. Request a public certificate. Click on Request a certificate. Give the domain name vengerinCloud.in and click on Next. We're going to use the DNS validation, so click on Next. We can go ahead and give some tag name, name, and then can tell you can give any name, whatever you have, my certificate, and click on review. Then go ahead and click on confirm and request it takes a little bit of time to get the certificate issued. So now you can see its status is pending validation. So I'll pause the video until it gets validated. Okay, now our certificates got issued from Amazon. So while the status was getting changed from pending validation to issued, what I did in the meantime, I just created a clicked in create record in route 53. So the CNAME record got created in route 53. So let me go to route 53. Click on route 53. Click on hosted zones. Select it. Go to record sets. Now you can see the CNAME record got created over here. Now what we are going to do will be, let me go to the architecture diagram that we have. So let us see what we have already created. So we have launched an EC2 instance, and then we have hosted the websites onto the EC2. We have created a hosted zone in the route 53, and we have provisioned the public SSL certificate from the AWS certificate manager. Now the next step would be to create the load balancer. So let us go to the Amazon Management Console. Click EC2, type EC2, click on EC2, go a little bit down, click on load balancers, create load balancers, create the application load balancer, give a name, my load balancer, add a listener. HTTP listener is also there. We'll add one more HTTPS listener, and then come a little bit down, choose the availability zones. So I will go ahead and select all the three availability zones, and then click on next, configure security settings. Now here we'll be associating with the certificates, public SSL certificates that we provision from AWS certificate manager. So we have only one, so we'll select this one, then click next, configure security groups. We'll be selecting the security groups that we have already created during launching the EC2 instance. Then configure routing. We'll give a name, my target group. Okay, then is in target type is instance. And now next, register targets. Okay, already have, so let me give some other name, my first target group. Click on next, register targets. Select the EC2 instance, add to registered, then click on next, review, and click create. Okay, now our application load balancer got created. Come to application load balancers, come a little bit down, type, just copy this DNS name, go to the browser, type it. Okay, so now the status is active of my load balancer. Let me select it, go there and copy the DNS name. It is copied, go to browser and then paste it. Okay, now you can see our load balancer is working fine. Now what we'll do, the next thing that we'll do, we'll create a record in route 53, so that route 53 and the application load balancer is linked, and the request flows to our EC2 instance where we have hosted our website. So Let us go to mm, our Amazon console. Okay, type route 53. Click here. Okay, click on hosted zones. Go to the record sets. Okay, and then click on create record set. We'll keep this space blank. The only changes over here that we have to do is click on ls yes and enter the target name. You can see our load balancer is available there. So go ahead and create it. Okay, now our a record is also got created in route 53. Now let us go to the browser and type https colon then venture in cloud.in, which is our domain name, and tada, now you can see that the request is secured. Also the connection is secured, so we have made our website secured with the SSL certificates that we provision from AWS certificate manager, and it's routing through the application load balancer. But so suppose if I type http colon venture in cloud.in, it's still not secure. Now how can I redirect the HTTP request to the HTTPS? For that, let's again go back to the AWS management console, type EC2, go to the load balancer that we have created, click on the listeners, and over here you can see that HTTP listener is mentioned over here. So go ahead and click on view and edit rules. So what we'll do, selected mode, rules, okay, so click here, click here, and you can see we have the rules already defined. What we'll do, we'll go ahead and delete it, and then click on add action, redirect to HTTPS. We'll mention the port 443, and then we'll save it. Go ahead and click update. Once this is done, come back to the browser and then again hit this. It will take a little bit of time. Now you can see our HTTP request is redirected to the our HTTP request is redirected to the HTTPS. Now even when we are typing only venturecloud.ia and hit it, it's still secured. So by this way our website is secured even if the user give the HTTP request or HTTPS request. So that's it for today. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do like, like it, please like and subscribe to my channel so that I can get motivated to bring more videos like this one. Thank you.